What's the worst decision you've ever made trying to impress your kid? When my son turned 8, he got completely obsessed with skateboarding after watching the X Games. One minute it was cartoons, the next it was highlight reels of dudes flying through the air in slow motion while the crowd roared. He wanted to be Tony Hawk. He talked about nailing tricks and mastering transitions like he'd been doing it for years. After weeks of non-stop begging, I finally surprised him with a skateboard for his birthday. Black deck, red wheels, flames on the underside. Exactly what he'd circled in the catalog. The way his eyes lit up when he opened it was one of those moments you store forever. He screamed, hugged me, and immediately ran outside to try it. That's where the trouble began. He stood on it for about 2 seconds, wobbled, stepped off, and said, "Dad, can you show me some tricks?" Now, here's the thing. I did own a skateboard in high school. I even rode it a little. Nothing fancy, but I could roll around and not fall on my face. But that was 2 decades, a bad knee, and about 30 pounds ago. Still, I couldn't say no. The kid was looking at me like I was already his hero. I figured I'd just cruise down the driveway, make it look smooth, and call it a day. So I said, "Watch this," stepped onto the board, rolled forward, slowly. Wobbly as hell, but upright. Jake clapped like I'd just done a backflip. That should have been the end, but of course I had to push it. "Now I'll show you an ollie," I announced. I don't know why those words came out of my mouth. I had never once in my life landed an ollie, but in that moment I believed I could. I crouched down, jumped. The board moved maybe an inch. Then everything went wrong. My front foot slid off. The board shot out like it was fired from a cannon. I fell backward, full force, and threw my arm out to brace the fall. Crack. It was loud enough that even Jake stopped clapping. He ran over as I lay on the driveway groaning, already knowing I'd messed up. "Dad," he whispered. His face had gone pale. "Are you okay?" "Not really," I grunted. 4 hours later, we were in the ER diagnosis. Broken wrist, 2 fractured fingers, and a dislocated shoulder. The doctor raised an eyebrow when I explained what happened. When I said trying to ollie in front of my 8-year-old, he actually chuckled and said, "Classic dad injury." The worst part wasn't the pain, wasn't the 6 weeks in a full cast, wasn't even trying to explain to my coworkers why I had to type one-handed. It was seeing Jake walk into my hospital room later that evening, clutching a bag of gummy worms and holding back tears. He sat next to the bed, barely able to look at me. "I'm sorry, Dad," he said. "I didn't mean for you to get hurt. I just wanted to skate with you." I pulled him close with my good arm and said, "Hey, the only thing broken here is my pride, buddy." He smiled a little after that. When I finally got out of the cast, we talked. And this time, instead of pretending I was something I wasn't, we made a plan. Now every Saturday morning we go to a skate park a few towns over, together. But now we've got helmets, pads, and most importantly, a professional instructor. Jake's actually getting pretty good. Can ride ramps and even land a little kick turn. Me? I'm still learning how to not fall off when turning. Last week, Jake landed his first proper ollie. He looked over at me with the biggest grin. "See, Dad? Easy." I gave him a thumbs up from the bench, ice pack already on standby.